The story begins with a millionaire in Toronto. Henry Mill Pellet was born in Kingston, Ontario in 1859. After graduating from Upper Canada College at the age of 17, he entered the stock brokerage run by his father. In 1882, at the age of 23, he became a partner in his father's stockbroking firm and married Mary Dodgson in the same year. With the invention of the steam generator, Pellet realized that huge profits could be made from electricity. So he quickly established the Toronto Power Supply Company, successfully obtained the exclusive agent for supplying power to the city of Toronto, and established the Electric Light Company as well. At the same time, Pellet spent huge sums of money to build the Pacific Railway across Canada, and purchased a large number of shares in Canadian real estate companies as well. Pellet's investment profit was as high as $4 million, equivalent to $100 million today. In 1901, Pellet became a director of 21 companies involving for major industries, mining, electricity, insurance, and real estate. He also built Canada's first hydroelectric power station in Niagara Falls, and once controlled a quarter of Canada's economy. Pellet's fortune not only relied on his courage, but also on his connections in the military. He was loyal to the British royal family and joined the Queen's Infantry Regiment when he was a student. In 1905, Henry was knighted by King Edward VII in recognition of his service to the Canadian military and his great contribution to the development of Canadian electricity. When he was young, Sir Pellet traveled to Europe and from that time developed a keen interest in art and antiques. He was particularly fascinated by medieval castles and spent a lot of time sketching, dreaming that one day he would own a castle. Romantic by nature, in order to allow his wife Mary, who had mobility issues, to appreciate the beautiful European architecture, he hired the best designers and used the best building materials. He spent 3 years and 300 craftsmen building a classic European building, a castle-style house, as a gift for my beloved wife. Casa Loma is Spanish for hill house. This Gothic castle was built between 1911 and 1914. It is located on a high ground 140 meters above sea level near downtown Toronto, and covers an area of 64,700 square feet, approximately 6,011 square meters. This largest private residence in Canada was designed by E.J. Lennox, the architect who designed Old City Hall. It includes 98 rooms, an elevator, 9 telephones, an oven large enough to roast a cow, 2 vertical passages for pipe organs. Central vacuum features 30 bathrooms, 3 bowling alleys, an indoor pool and rifle range. Sir Pellet brought in craftsmen from Europe to take care of the castle's furniture and other facilities. The interior design of the castle spares no expense in pursuing magnificence. In total, Pellet spent about $3.5 million on the project, equivalent to $75 million today. When the First World War broke out and Casa Loma was being completed, the Pellet moved into the castle and began hosting frequent parties, which attracted many of Toronto's leading celebrities. However, in the next 10 years, due to the outbreak of the First World War, the value of a large number of real estate investments he invested in fell sharply. The stocks in his hands became useless paper, and he defaulted on debts of $1.7 million, approximately $24 million today. The banking industry that had guaranteed him also declared bankruptcy due to financial arrest. With the creation of the Ontario Hydropower Board, the power plants were transferred to the public sector, with Sir Pellet and his business partners receiving no compensation. Another of his businesses, an aircraft manufacturing company, was taken over by the government, again without compensation. In 1923, in order not to lose his knighthood due to bankruptcy, Sir Pellet agreed to let the bank control all the profits of his business. However, he was unable to maintain the expenses of the castle. The City of Toronto increased the property tax from $600 per year to $1,000 per month, equivalent to $150,000 today. He left the castle with only 3 wagons of luggage and his wife. In June 1924, a 5-day public auction of antiques and artworks was held at Casa Loma. The antique Sir Pellet purchased for $1.5 million only fetched $250,000. Later, Casa Loma was converted into hotels and nightclubs, but they were unable to cope with the huge property taxes and were finally managed by the government after many bids and renovations. Casa Loma remains the largest private residence ever built in Canada, as well as one of the famous landmarks in Toronto.